my name is Ashley and today I'm going to be showing you how to do CPR on a patient. It is good for a nurse to know how to do CPR on a patient because you never know when a patient's going to go unconscious. Before you begin to assess the patient, you want to make sure that there is nothing around the patient for the patient to get harmed or myself. Now that it is clear, you may assess the patient. Hey, are you okay? No response, check the pulse. No pulse, check the breathing. No breathing, so now you may start CPR. Before you start, you want to make sure your body's over the patient's chest and that your arms are straight out and have one hand on top of the other. You want to make sure that your hand is in between the nipple and right in the middle of the chest. We'll now begin the 30 compressions and 2 breaths. We will go with 1.5 to 2 inches in depth. Now we will begin the compressions. You want to get a good rhythm to get the heart going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
My name is Valerie Fierro and I'm a registered nurse at Casa Colina in Pomona, California.
And I'm going to be asking her a few questions. So the first question is, what are the most important lessons you've learned in your career?
I think the most important lesson is definitely to always have compassion. It's very important to always have compassion, and you're working in a very critical field, so it's very important to always be on top of your game and know what's going on.
The second question is, can you give me an example of a mistake you've made and how you've handled it?
So a mistake that I've made in the past is administering a blood pressure medication without properly assessing the blood pressure and taking it, because it's always critical to make sure that you're assessing the blood pressure before you give any type of blood pressure medication, because you want to make sure that you're following the parameters, because if you don't check it prior to giving it, then their blood pressure can drop, and it's always really crucial to be assessing your patient, because from minute to minute your patients can change.
What made you choose this career and why?
I think one of the biggest motivations for me for choosing nursing was growing up. I had a really sick dad, and being able to witness the impact that nurses have on not only my dad but my family really resonated with me, and it gave me the motivation to want to be the impact on other people's lives. And I think that was my number one motivation. And also my sister is a registered nurse, my older sister, and she also inspired
a situation where a person disagreed with you, and how did you handle it?
On a daily basis, everyone has different personalities, so you have to definitely take charge and have good communication skills, because in nursing the most important thing is teamwork. So you have to work with your interdisciplinary team, and you'll be working with doctors, other nurses, so you'll come in contact with conflict. So you try to come to a common ground and see if you can speak and go over what the conflict was, and if not, maybe you can have someone else step in and help facilitate getting a resolution.